Wrestling has more than one royal family. Acknowledge me. And we
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half your dynamic duo, Twisted, alongside Brother Pyro.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
And we are talking Wrestlemania. It is the start of the Show of the Immortals today, and it starts season 4 for us. As always, we have Desario, which is our Wrestlemania king here.
What's going on, y'all?
Right, he really is the most consistent Mania, I guess.
Yep, that's why. At any Mania, we gotta have Desario.
Old reliable, you know when it's WrestleMania season, I'm going to be around for it because we need to drop some knowledge when it comes to Mania.
Definitely. So before we start off, season 4, we are, if you guys haven't noticed, we are looking to actually drop down one of our consistent shows. We are dropping down AEW to doing only their top 4 at this point, which, Brother Pyro, that is, I believe,
All in. It's All In, Forbidden Door,
Full Gear,
and Double or Nothing.
Okay.
Yep. So we will only be covering those, and then with the shift on season 4, we will be turning our attention to TNA and starting with that promotion.
That's about time we crossed the line.
Yep. I mean, WWE started to do it, why not us? Alright, well, getting us started, Desario.
Alright, so kicking off night 1, we are going to be having the World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther and Jey Uso.
Yeet.
No yeet. Anyways, this match has been a little bit of a...
Yeet.
I knew it. Anyways, as we know how we got here, Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble by eliminating John Cena at the last moment, but then since then has had a little bit of a crisis of confidence, so to speak. We've been seeing little slips, little cracks. He's flat out said that he's scared of Gunther, and Gunther has just been playing it up. He's just been going, hey, come at me, bro, basically. It all culminated in a match between Jimmy and Gunther, where Jey gets zip-tied to the ropes and just watches Gunther, beat him down, bloodbath, soaking in the blood, all while Jey is over there crying, yelling for his brother. That is what this match needed. The build up until that point, kind of lackluster, but...
Kind of?
Okay, very lackluster.
I've noticed with a couple matches that we're going to
We
be
were
covering.
talking about this last night.
Mm-hmm.
Mania, the build to this year's Mania hasn't been
Mania worthy.
the greatest. It hasn't felt like the road to WrestleMania.
No, it hasn't really felt like the road to WrestleMania, and we're starting to get, over the last few weeks, at least a few promising tidbits to kind of hype up some of these matches. And that match with Jimmy and Gunther is what really helped push this one. And then the promo by Jey the following week, where he's actually even telling the crowd, hey, don't eat, no yeet, and is trying to talk to Gunther like a man, that solidified a lot of different things. So I've actually got some high hopes for this match going up into it. Going into the predictions, it is 4-on-2 for this one right here, with myself, go figure, and Brother Pyro here going with the Ring General, Gunther. Everybody else is on the side of the Yeet Master Jey Uso. So, Twisted, take me into Jey Uso. Why him?
Well, I've gone back and forth with Brother Pyro about this. I feel personally as though, I know Brother Pyro is going to say Gunther needs to win this one, and it needs to be a squash match to kind of show how big and strong Gunther is, and that's been, his
Looks like I don't even have to defend my case.
No, I know, because it leads into mine. However, I feel that when you look at this match, Jey has the biggest to lose here if he loses this match. This is like I have fought and I am I am 0-3, or as he says it, 3-0 against this person.
Who corrected that on commentary?
Yeah. I need to be the one that wins this match. And again, why if he's a really big merchandise seller, why give him the chance of winning the Royal Rumble if you're not going to possibly put it on him? Or even think about it.
Yeah, I see that. But in my mind for Gunther, he hasn't really been booked the greatest during his world title reign right here.
Mm-hmm.
And during his IC title reign, he looked like the unstoppable beast. He looked like a monster. Everybody was scared of him. His aura, ever since Crown Jewel, has gone downhill.
And again, if you want to make us care about him in that same light, you lose all credibility in him as a champion and as a character by giving him a 50-50 match with Jey. I love Jey. No disrespect to Jey. Jey has earned this opportunity. Do not get me wrong. His time in the light is coming. But right now, if you want us to take your world champion seriously, it needs to happen in that aspect of
Squash match.
domination. The ring general, he is dominant. You have built him this way since NXT UK.
Yeah.
Why are you killing that now that he has your biggest prize?
I mean, and I get it, and that's why, I said, you see it as that. I see that this takes everything away from Jey, from him stepping away from the bloodline and doing his own thing. This kills everything he's strived for. So,
Well,
I mean, it goes either way, personally.
I like I said, I can see that. I understand it. But at the same time, Jey being so popular, he's still going to sell the merch. He's still going to be high profile. He's still going to be in that spot where he's at right now. Gunther loses, I don't think you can put him back in that spot for a while.
I also don't want to run the risk that we are currently on with our other champion, where the babyface made better sense for the chase, but not to hold the gold. Because let's be real, this Cody experiment fell pretty damn hard, pretty freaking quickly.
It did.
And I don't want to see the same fate coming for Jey Uso, especially given how over he is and the lineage that he comes from.
No, I totally agree on that.
That's not fair to him.
You said the same thing when Liv won her first title.
Better for the chase.
But then she did so much better the second time.
She did. But what swept? What flipped?
She went and was in heel mode. But they're also talking about after Mania, regardless, Jey flips. It is one of the rumors, but it's a very big rumor, very heavy one, that after Mania, regardless of what happens, Jey flips the script. Which could be his saving grace in it.
We'll see. We'll definitely see on that whole thing. But I'm again, exciting match. Great way to kick off WrestleMania when it comes to everything on there.
If you can't close it out, your next best option is to open it up and set the bar.
Exactly.
All right, Brother Pyro, I believe you take us into our next match.
Do I? Yes, I do! Sorry, I did voice last night where...
Yep, partied a little too hard.
World Tag Team Championships on the line. The New Day challenge the War Raiders.
I missed the Viking experience.
Such a horrible. New Day wanted to prove that they are the greatest tag team of all time.
Y'all been trying to prove that for a while now, and y'all haven't won a title.
Pierce told them, alright, you have your opportunity. They win in essential... They beat no quarter... Wait.
No quarter.
Is it?
No,
Quarter Catch Group? No, that's NXT.
Oh, New Catch.
New Catch Republic.
Yes.
In London. Returning to the bait, thank you God.
That was the match I had missed, yeah. I didn't know of the return
beat
until
them,
last night.
Earned themselves a World Tag Team opportunity. World Tag Team title shot. And that match ended in disqualification.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up the rematch that we get here. Do I feel like this is the tag title match that should be on the card?
No.
Not at all. But here we are.
Shouldn't be on the card.
But here we are, going into our predictions. All but 2 of you have taken the War Raiders.
Yeah.
Why the New Day? Because you and Flash chose the New Day.
So I can't 100% speak for Flash. I think his is more on knowing, the New Day better than knowing, obviously, War Raiders. But me personally, I just see them pulling something and them taking the titles off. Do I want it to necessarily be the New Day? No. I like to see War Raiders continue in this, but with the way that the New Day has currently been on this heel run, I see them pulling some shit.
Fair. Plot twist, Big E comes back and helps them win the title.
Plot twist, Odyssey Jones comes out and helps him win the title.
Oh, yeah, because that'll happen. Even though he has openly said, I have no plans in returning back to this because I was accused wrongfully.
Look. Odyssey. My God, you could claim false allegations all you want. That the WWE has an image to maintain, and how does it look when the guy in charge of the company currently has 3 daughters sitting at home?
Yep.
And just lets you
be fine there, yeah.
With these allegations on you.
All right. Jumping into our next match.
Hence why we lost some pretty big talent.
Yeah. Which some are rumored to be talking into coming back. One that was your favorite down in NXT.
Velveteen Dream?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind. Men have oozed charisma.
Jumping into our next match, Jade Cargill takes on Naomi. Now, this stems back a while. Jade Cargill was taken out of action. Naomi ended up being the one to kind of replace her in a way in the Elimination Chamber. Yep, Naomi ended up being the one to replace her. I think...
Let's talk about... Let's rewind a little bit and talk going into War Games, the attack that took her out to begin with.
I was just trying to speed us up more towards the present.
Cool. Yes. But if we're going to backstory, we're going to backstory correctly.
Yes. Go back to War Games. Jade Cargill is taken out and essentially taking her place. Wasn't actually Naomi, because Naomi was originally supposed to be a part of the team. It ended up being Bayley, which nobody thought that they could trust her because of everybody else's issues with Bayley during her time in Damage Control.
Yeah, Bianca was really hesitant about that one.
We fast forward, obviously, Elimination Chamber. Naomi kind of takes that spot. I feel as though if Jade was cleared, Naomi would have
that would have been Jade's spot, regardless, for sure.
Jade makes her return at Elimination Chamber when Naomi is starting out the match with Liv Morgan and goes and attacks her, essentially telling the crowd and all of us who knew at home, this is the person that went after me.
Gee, I wonder who called that one.
Yeah. The 2 people that have been calling everything lately. I think he was going for it.
I was going for it too, because I called that one too.
Oh, you did. You did.
So we fast forward to, I believe it was the Raw or the SmackDown after Elimination Chamber. Naomi comes out. She calls Bianca. Bianca wants answers. And Naomi plays this really creepy, obsessive friend gimmick line.
I did it for us.
I did it for us. I love you more. She means nothing to me. And you know what? I was the one that did it. And Bianca played the other disappointing lesbian part.
She's like, I'm out.
And was like, I didn't want you to do this for me, but
I'm out.
Bye.
She's like, I ain't dealing with none of this mess.
Jade came, attacked the holy hell out of Naomi.
Again.
And then Naomi, in the next coming weeks, flipped her switch. Turned heel. And has actually been one to stand up and take out Jade as well.
Their back and forth on Twitter have been top tier.
Yep, and also let's talk about the promos, the vignettes that Naomi has been doing. They have been so dang good in establishing this heel character.
God.
I mean, the sky's the limit.
I'm invested in heel Naomi. I swear I am.
Yeah.
The last time they pulled the trigger on her being heel, it flopped. I can say that because the last time they really did it was with Team Bad, and it just massively flopped. And I think it's because of the people she was with personally.
She didn't even end up with the biggest name coming out of that one.
Yeah, even though she was the leader, it was Sasha.
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
Thank you.
Going into our predictions, we are split down the middle, with Brother Pyro, Hex, and Cauldron all choosing Jade, whereas me, Flash, and Desario are choosing Naomi. Desario, I'm going to go to you for this one.
I'm loving this presentation of Naomi, like I just said. I mean, this is something that she has needed since she's come back to the company.
Mm-hmm.
She has been kind of floundering a little bit. I mean, yeah, she had the tag title run, but again, she didn't win the belt. She was just handed the belt.
She was a substitute.
Yeah, she was a substitute. So now we're giving her something that she can grow into her own. Maybe even become a leader of another stand-up.
That's the, I got the name on the group project, but I did absolutely nothing.
Pretty much. But with her being heel, I can see her maybe even...
That's winning the Super Bowl ring while being the third string.
Oh my god.
For the franchise.
Jesus, let him finish.
It's happened. It's happened. But Naomi, give her maybe a leadership role. Maybe bring in some of the NXT women. The Metaphor girls under her. I would like to see it.
No. Metaphor is fine the way it is. They do not need to separate them. You leave Metaphor alone, sir.
Okay, fine. Then if you want to go that route and keep away a Metaphor.
Give me Jada Parker.
About to say, bring up Jada Parker, bring up Lola.
Ooh, if they could actually put their differences aside.
Maybe not Lola, but I can definitely see Jada.
If Lola and Jada could put their differences aside for it, I could see it working as a beautiful faction. Honestly.
So yes, I mean, but that's where I'm going with Naomi. You're finally giving her some footing. Let her run. Let her run. Because we know the talent that she is. She is perfect to sit there and do anything. The time is now to strike with her.
Do you see with this heel gimmick a possible third reign as champion?
Yes, I absolutely do.
If this character, this new developed character, doesn't lead to a title, why the hell did you just waste my time in getting me to invest?
I agree. All right, our next match up goes to Brother Pyro.
Next match up, U.S. title on the line. L.A. Knight, defends against the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
I wonder if he still loves Solo.
I love you, Solo.
If you've been paying attention, it ain't looking like there's a lot of love there for Solo Sikoa no more. Jacob earned this opportunity by beating the monster of all monsters,
So it's no longer the monster among men?
Strowman, in a last man standing match. Going straight into predictions. Just going straight into predictions here. Myself, Hex, Twisted, and Desario are all going Jacob, while Flash and Cauldron stand on their own lonely island with LA Knight. As much as I love Knight, Jacob's time to reign is here. You have set him up for so much success. You pull that trigger, and you pull that trigger now.
I mean, personally, would I like it to be Knight? Yes, but I don't see Knight being the one to come out of this.
No. And with LA Knight, they unfortunately did him a little bit of a disservice by having him drop the title to Shinsuke. It really killed a lot of momentum that he had right there.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if it would actually make this moment bigger with Jacob Fatu had Knight not dropped the title to Shinsuke, because then it would have been a bigger title run. It would have been a lot better for him.
Yeah, I agree, totally. All right, our next match, I believe, goes to Desario.
Yes. Before I go into this one, we really need to talk about the meteoric rise of the luchador sensation, El Grande Americano.
The large coffee.
You know what? What we really need to talk about is the disservice.
No, you're right. You know what? I talked about this a couple of times.
Given the WWE rookie El Grande Americano a WrestleMania match and not putting Chad Gable on the card that's the feud that makes sense considering his opponent tonight being Rey Mysterio.
And let's talk, if you want to talk about how WWE fumbles, this is now the second WrestleMania where Chad Gable is not on a WrestleMania card. I mean, the injustice for this man after he re-signed last year when he could have gone anywhere else. And, you know what? I'm getting myself worked up, otherwise I might go on a pyro rant. So I'm going to sit there and kind of stop right there.
A pyro rant.
Hey, it's a thing. It's a thing.
It is a thing with us.
So, going into this match, El Grande Americano gets his WrestleMania debut, WrestleMania moment against maybe Rey Mysterio after what happened last night?
Yeah.
We're going to find out, because coming out of SmackDown, there are rumors that Rey got hurt. Hopefully that is not the case. Hopefully he is in there to be able to compete, because this one is going to be a banger of a match if it is Rey versus El Grande Americano.
Large coffee.
Going into the predictions, nobody has any faith in our rookie sensation except for myself, Desario, for El Grande Americano. He is going to sit there and show everyone what true luchador is all about.
I can't take you seriously.
So anyways,
I'm trying to hold it together. I
can't.
I tried so hard to hold it together.
With all the history of El Grande Americano, I mean, he predates Rey Mysterio Jr. What's Rey Mysterio going to teach El Grande? Nothing.
Respect.
Respect? No, put some respect in El Grande's name. That's what y'all need to do right now.
All you need to put is creamer in him. At this damn point.
Maybe a little bit of sugar.
Now see, people said this match might not need to be on Mania, but you know what? Damn it, I am here for it.
Again,
If it was gonna be on
listening to
Mania,
Busted Open earlier,
give it the kickoff show.
they talked about a match that they couldn't see being removed to add the defense of a women's mid-card title, or even, you know, the tag title match
TLC.
that is going to be TLC on SmackDown next week. This is the match that could have been cut. You could have given me this on the Raw after Mania, and I would have been fine.
You could have even given this to me on the kickoff show. Nobody would have cared.
I care, because, I mean, it's El Grande Americano. You need to sit there and behold this man's beauty.
I love that you are our devil's advocate. I love every moment of it.
I love his exaggerated tone. He's giving me Pat McAfee if he was a heel commentator.
So Pat McAfee mixes with Corey Graves?
Yes.
That's what this is giving
Yes,
you?
that is exactly the energy that it is giving me. Because he's playing to the heel that is El Grande Americano.
Coffee.
Corey Graves. But the level of excitement and energy that he is giving me is giving Pat McAfee.
Totally. I mean, totally, honestly.
Bravo, sir.
All right. Going into our next match, WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Straton takes on Charlotte Flair. Yet another Royal Rumble winner who is not main eventing WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble, making her a two-time winner. This went back and forth where Rhea wanted her to pick her for the championship when she had it. She ultimately sided with Tiffany, which is something we had been calling since well before this. The build to this has been terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Even with their small promo battle, and WWE, cut a majority of what was good on that promo battle.
Because that's because it was pretty much all off script. They were actually taking real life jabs at each other.
You bring up my husband, I'm going to bring up your boyfriend. But Ludwig Kaiser is the first man to have deemed or being called out for cheating, and nobody believed it.
That man is the first man in the history of ever to be accused of cheating. No one believed it. How you turn that man babyface with one sentence, and while he's still a heel on TV.
I loved also on the following Monday night, because with the European Netflix, they don't show all the promos from people. Mm-hmm. They had Ludwig on there being interviewed, and they're like, "So Ludwig, how's it feel to be on Raw?" He's like, "I'm here to address what everybody's been talking about for the last 72 hours. Yes, I am the hottest rising superstar in WWE today."
Dude really gave us, let's address the elephant in the room. He's got it. You son of a...
Yep, entirely.
I was so upset. I was so upset.
So continuing with the meme reels that have been circulating.
My
with
man
this
has
match.
had so many jokes on
I
his
wasn't
girlfriend's social
I
media, by the
wasn't
way.
talking about Ludwig. I was talking about grandma versus granddaughter.
We're talking about Cher versus Sabrina Carpenter?
Which is essentially what they're calling this.
It'd be more Madonna and Sabrina Carpenter.
I mean, but Charlotte Flair's face is definitely more Cher, honestly.
Okay.
It's like she walked in and went, "Make me look like this," and held up a picture of Cher's face.
Nah.
But going into our predictions, getting that out of the way real quick, Desario's the only one to go Charlotte. Everyone else, it is Tiffy time. Desario.
Well, not like I'm not used to being in the position of being against the grain, against everybody else in this whole situation.
Literally almost always.
But unfortunately, this program has kind of shown that it's not Tiffy time just yet. She cannot hang with the big dogs when it comes to either promos. She's got the in-ring skills. She needs a little bit more seasoning. Do I want Charlotte to win the title? Hell no. I'm over that crap right now. Charlotte does not need to win the title.
No.
But Tiffany is not ready for the main event spotlight.
I see Brother Pyro's face. Are we about to go on a debate here? Let him have it.
My only gripe with this is that you really did everything to turn Tiffy babyface when you really could have worked this heel versus heel.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you in the aspect of why the hell is Charlotte in this situation to begin with?
She shouldn't be.
I don't know. Me and you are coming to the same general consensus of she shouldn't be here.
No.
It should have been Roxanne to win the Royal Rumble. I will stand on that.
I honestly wouldn't have been mad at that.
No.
I wouldn't have been mad at it. I had to double think that.
And I would have loved to see her even go against Tiffany. If
that match, I think,
route.
would have delivered a lot more than what this match is going to be.
Or you could have also sit there and did something really good, considering that Tiffany has already said that one person was their particular idol, and she was in the Rumble. Trish.
No.
I mean, that would have solidified... No.
That would have solidified the heel character of Tiffany.
Yeah, that would have kept... You keep the title on Tiffany for that one. I see where he's going with this. You keep that. Because it would have worked. But at the same time, I feel like this match, as much as I think it could... it could be coming before the main event, I feel like this is going to flop as bad as Charlotte versus Trish did.
I want to point out that we've already given Trish a full-time program in recent years, and that was hot dog water.
So you have her come back for
Garbage.
the one match, and then she's gone.
No, because
You
if
have
she
her
would
win the
have,
Royal
if she
Rumble.
would have won the Rumble, you would have had to build an entire storyline out of that, and would have
You
had to
already had a
actually
storyline.
make it. You would have had to actually make giving her a whole thing. And
Here's the thing.
No.
Here's the thing, though. It was already a storyline to begin with. It could have made sense had you given it to Trish. Because this is Tiffany's idol. Who does she learn from? Trish. Who did she have as her tag team partner in a match literally following this? Trish. You could have had Trish continue even up till the Royal Rumble with this. Have her win. This solidifies Tiffany as the heel.
But alright. I am going to disagree with you in the fact that you state Tiffany can't hang with the big dogs. She's held her own in every aspect against Nia Jax. I know that's not saying much,
Not really.
but Nia in the past has been built as a main event star. Going
this
back
run was
to
better than the
a
last one.
couple years ago, you're not gonna sit here and tell me she didn't hold her own in every aspect against Becky Lynch.
Okay, and how'd she come out in that? She didn't come out very well in that, and Becky ended up dropping it to Lyra.
Yeah.
Becky became the transitional champion for NXT. Cool. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me she didn't hold her own and that she wasn't. If anybody was going, there was going to be any test that she was ready for the big time, it was that feud. Because Lord knows, Charlotte ain't doing nobody no favors anyway, including her own damn self.
But, okay, in regards to Becky, though, Becky works well with pretty much everybody. except for Charlotte. Because those two...
It's Charlotte.
Because Charlotte's the common denominator factor. Becky works well with everybody. Nia, yeah, you got to gain her trust, and yeah, Nia actually has gotten better over the last year and a half or so.
Since her return, yes.
Since her return. But did Tiffany really look that good against Candice? Do you remember those matches?
No.
Exactly. And Candice is a much more seasoned veteran than Tiffany.
And Nia at this point. Candice has been around in the ring longer than Nia, and I remember bits and pieces of those matches, and they were not the best.
If you give Tiffany the win, I can easily see it, but she may be DOA at that point. Take the belt off her, make her chase, get the fans invested, and build the hype up again.
Fans are already invested in her.
Not as much.
I will say on his point, for one thing, that you even pointed this out. Since them turning her face, you have seen a drastic decline because her peak was a heel. Some people are made to be heels.
And Tiffany is one of them.
And now that they're doing a face with Tiffany, she's declining. I want Tiffany to come out of this and win.
I want to see her win and then solidify herself as a heel. Come out, yeah, I did that. I'm the biggest thing here. I'm hot. I'm the baddest. Whatever.
Yeah. No, I get that totally. But
that's where you really play into the ego that is Tiffany Straton. But in order for that to work,
you need her to win.
She needs to beat Charlotte.
I mean, it's Mania. We'll see how that goes. All right, our main event, that is me and Brother Pyro for night one. We have Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns. This is Punk's first main event for WrestleMania, which is the favor that Paul Heyman thought he was giving him.
Everybody really did think Heyman's favor is he's going to either help Punk win Chamber, or he's going to help Punk get that main event.
Yeah.
Neither one of which was the favor.
Nope.
The favor really was the most simplistic thing that you could have. The fact that they played it in where the fans were so invested into this favor, and it turned out to be the most anticlimactic yet climactic thing to come out of this. I didn't want his help winning the title. I didn't want his help to get to the main event of Mania.
No.
I want him in my corner.
And that will be the biggest factor of the night. It definitely will.
You're not wrong. Like, on an emotional standpoint.
Yeah.
From an emotional standpoint, that is your X factor.
So, kind of going back into this, obviously we know there is a lot of bad blood between all three of these men in different ways. You have Rollins and Punk, real life heated. You have the betrayal between Rollins and Reigns. And then you have Punk saying, I have you two in my way. I want what's behind you. I want gold. And I want it for my last run.
And it's funny because I was talking to a buddy of mine and he was like, oh, I don't really get... Like, a lot of people are like, oh, there's no story there between them. Why is there this? Why is there... Like, why are they all in a match? Why is it in the main event? I will say I don't agree with it being the main event. Way to smack your Royal Rumble winners in the face.
I mean, yeah, we've all talked about that, definitely.
However, I'm going to also say, for those of you that really don't feel that there is a story there, there has been a story brewing here for about 11 years, if not longer.
Oh, a little bit longer than that. Probably going about 12, 13 years.
Because let's talk about why Roman and Rollins are on the main roster to begin with.
Punk.
Them, along with Ambrose, were hired by Punk, essentially as security, as his bodyguards.
Yep.
So, factoid 1, story 1, you don't get them two without him.
Yep, no. And he even said it in his promo battle, or in their promo skit.
Story number 2. You touched on it.
Yeah.
The betrayal heard around the world. Rollins breaks up the Shield.
Plan B.
That animosity you can see still hits to this very day. Going back to Roman's title reign. The match at Mania that led to the Mind Games by Rollins. Shield attire. Shield entrance. Mania last year. Shield.
Yep.
Roman took his eyes off the ball. Attacked Rollins with that steel chair mid-match. He had Cody dead to rights.
He did.
Loses his title.
Yep.
Point 3. Neither Rollins nor Roman have been able to beat Punk without the other's help.
Or without the third man of the Shield at the time.
Point is, they have never been able to beat Punk one-on-one.
Yep.
In any aspect.
Yep. And point 4?
I don't think it really is a point 4.
There is. You have the actual beef between Rollins and Punk.
And
that
that-
hatred that has been stemming
and that
probably
is-
before the company.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can also point out on one other aspect as well, is that after Punk left the company, he made it very, very clear that Roman was not part of the plan for the Shield. He did not.
No,
want
he
Roman,
didn't want Roman.
and he was very, very vocal about that. So people know
He
that.
made it known even before his release.
Yeah.
There was an interview though that they talked about, and he was like, "I went to Vince. I said bring up Dean, bring up Rollins, and it was supposed to be Cassius Ohno.
Yep.
It wasn't supposed to be Roman. Vince, being who Vince is, the hard-on for the Samoans.
Yeah.
His hard-on for his 6'6", 250 pure muscle man was like, swap him for Roman.
Yep. Because Roman was...
Punk was like, I don't like it, but I'll work with it.
Yep.
Exactly.
So let's be real. The only reason Roman is in the position that he has been in,
Is because of Punk.
because if the original plan would have been,
Cassius Ohno.
or as I better like to know him, Chris
Hero.
Hero, Roman isn't this big dog, head of the table, tribal chief.
No.
Like his
He
stardom
doesn't hit where it is.
doesn't catapult as quickly as it does, if at all.
He might be another Deuce or Domino.
That part right there.
Yeah.
So, and again, point 4, personal beef. Punk leaves the company / gets fired. Is like, anybody that's my friend that's still willingly working there, you're freaking dead to me, essentially. I'm gonna air out all my grievances. Rollins, being the guy that's been there for like 10 years, doesn't like
Takes
that,
it-
you know.
takes it to heart.
Takes it to heart. Like, I looked at you like you were my brother.
Yep.
I looked at you as a mentor. Like, here we are.
And now essentially you're...
I will say, aside, even with their personal animosity, the fact that they were able to be professional and work together makes me very happy.
Do you want to take us into our predictions?
But now going into our predictions, Flash chose Seth.
Don't ask me why.
I wasn't going to. Hex, Cauldron, Desario, and Twisted choose Punk. Reasons.
I'll let you take this one.
Oh, you're giving me yours as well. I just wanted one of y'all to go.
So when it comes to Punk, yes, we've already got the backstory that Punk doesn't win when it's, Rollins and Reigns kind of teaming up to go up against them. Plus also, with all the work that CM Punk has done since coming back to the company, he's been really instrumental behind the scenes. He's been really good about keeping a level head, showing that he's not necessarily the locker room cancer that everybody said he was. And he's been able to sit there and make...
Guilty.
Yeah, he's been able to sit there and make money even with people who he legitimately hates and hates him back in the terms of McIntyre and Rollins. He's never gotten that WrestleMania main event moment. Let's give it to him. Let's give him the win.
Punk mainly, kind of going off of Desario's, where this is, something that could catapult him into where he wants to be before the end of his run. Plus, this is his first main event, and I think that that's the stardom right there. And you know me, I love CM Punk. I'm gonna.
CM Punk has always been one of your favorites.
He has
I will say, touching on something you said, I am 100% guilty of calling him a locker room cancer.
Oh yeah.
I have openly stated it on this podcast. I have stated it to anybody that will listen. I have 100%. I jumped on that bandwagon.
Yes, you did.
But there was a time where it was kind of proven true. Now, am I eating all of my words right now? Absolutely. Am I necessarily mad about it? Not even a little. I like that he was able to come back on good terms and that he has done very well about keeping his nose clean.
Yeah.
Proud of him. He's realized this is where I've messed up in the past. I don't need that anymore.
So now, we need your prediction.
I don't have one. All three men have way too much to gain and way too much to lose.
Okay.
For me to justifiably pick any one guy to win, especially because it really can be any man's game. We were talking, because, everybody in the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, want to see what? Heyman turn on both of them.
And go with Rollins.
Go with Rollins. They were talking about that on Busted Open this morning.
Yep.
Where does it make sense? It doesn't. There is in no justifiable way to look at this making any type of sense.
I mean, I could say one thing. If we know one thing that Heyman is really good at, it's keeping us on our heels and doing something that is very unexpected.
Keeping the cards real close to the vest.
So, I mean, I could see the turn.
I can see it, but again,
it's not 100% believable.
You need to make, for your fans to care, what is it you need to do? What is it you need to do?
You need to end this in a no DQ.
You need to make it make sense.
And none of them winning right now makes sense.
None of them winning and none of them losing makes sense. Just like Heyman aligning with Rollins makes no sense.
Oh, so then that way we're just going to have a, no contest. Moxley comes out and just beats everybody up and walks away after, cutting himself open.
He comes out already bleeding.
Yeah. He's going to start bleeding while he's making the entrance. He's going to accidentally bump into a fan.
There goes all the blood. All right.
Well.
So.
There's that.
After speaking about night 1 of WrestleMania, that leads us into our Hall of Fame class of 2025. Kicking us off, we have Brother Pyro with Triple H.
Headlining the event, the game, the King of Kings, the cerebral assassin. Desario and I talked about this last night while watching his induction. I was like, we've heard all of his names.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is your favorite? And justifiably so, we landed on the Cerebral Assassin, by the way, because that at the time that he got that nickname, it made the most sense. He was dominating anybody that you put in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Greatness.
Take us through a little bit of his wrestling career.
Let's see. He was terrorizing in WCW. He talked about it himself. William Regal, is the one that pushed him to jump ship to WWE.
Okay.
And honestly, that was probably for the best in his career. He quickly was able to align himself with guys like Michaels, Nash, Hall, all due to the locker room respect he had for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The same mentality of, y'all are on business, I'm on business. Let's figure out a way to make this work together. He has stemmed countless tag title runs. Let's see. Yep, member of the Clique, co-founder of the DX, 5-time IC champion, 3-time tag champion, 2-time Royal Rumble winner. He was a King of the Ring. Honestly, DX is really where he got his shine because him and Michaels did some of the goofiest stuff. And then you paired that with China, they got away with
Murder.
Honestly.
They got away with murder.
They got away with murder on TV and nobody could touch them. USA tried, and then when they turned that into a gimmick, USA was like, you know what? That made us a lot of money and got a lot of eyes on our channel. Do whatever y'all want. Michaels goes down with an injury, de facto leader being Triple H. He had one shot to make it count or he was screwed. With Triple H at the helm, again, we got a lot of really good stuff. Bringing in X-Pac, bringing in the New Age Outlaws, already an established tag team, prior to DX. But that made it fun. We got the tank angle.
Yes.
Where they invaded WCW. Are we really not going to... Okay. Man has had many feuds.
Yes.
And a lot of career-changing moments as a member of, again, we said DX.
The Click.
We said The Click. We're forgetting Evolution. Leading the company as a character in The Authority.
Yes.
To now being the guy that really does run the show. The inmates are running the asylum right now.
Yes, literally.
And honestly, outside of Shane, what better predecessor to Vince than Triple H? The man is a true student of the game.
I totally agree.
And after 14 world titles, and again, a decade that spans at least 2 decades, I don't think there is a higher honor or a more deserving soul to headline WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2025
I agree.
than Paul Triple H Levesque.
All right. Our next inductee will go to Desario for Lex Luger.
Okay, so Lex Luger, the Lex Express, famous in WWE circles and also just professional wrestling in general in many different ways. He started off as a professional football player playing in the Canadian Football League before signing on as a walk-on with the Green Bay Packers under his name Larry Full. He actually is in the celebrity wing of the Green Bay Packer Hall of Fame. He got inducted back in 1997. He quickly started getting into professional wrestling shortly thereafter, adopted his name after a comic book character, Lex Luthor, because he's pretty much a comic book nerd. Go figure, a lot of wrestling guys are.
Nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays. But he quickly rose through the ranks of Jim Crockett Promotions, was paired with the Four Horsemen, became a very big stable guy in that particular area. He won his first title in a very, very unfortunate way. He ended up winning his first title against Barry Windham. However, Barry Windham was not the champion. Ric Flair was vacated and stripped of the title right as he was going to WWE. So it was supposed to be Lex versus Flair. Flair's not there. They put in Barry Windham. Lex's crowning achievement was surrounded by people chanting, "We want Flair." Not exactly the best world title one to start off with, but he made the best of it. He eventually decided to join the WWE as the narcissist Lex Luger, parlaying that into being the next Hulk Hogan after he left by being Mr. USA, Lex Luger, and parading around the country in a school bus. The Lex Express.
Oh my God!
With the song going, "I could be your hero."
I'm sorry, but that sounds really pedophilic.
That he really does sound
that
like
was
he
bad.
should be.
But you know what?
Puppy.
He sit there and made the best of it until his contract was up, and then he made another bit of history in professional wrestling. He was working without a contract. He was on a handshake deal with Vince. WCW just started their brand new show, Monday Nitro, the first show emanating from the Mall of America. When who should come running out during the main event? Why, that's Lex Luger. He's signed to another company. No, he wasn't. He just negotiated a sweet deal and became the first person to jump ship during the Monday Night Wars. He stuck around with WCW afterwards, won a few more tag titles, won some more world titles, including being the first man to defeat NWO Hollywood Hulk Hogan to win the world title. Granted, he dropped it a few days later at Hogwell, but that's neither here nor there. He's in the history books for that. Definitely a very deserving man to be in the Hall of Fame, and for his many contributions, I'm glad he was able to experience it while he was still here and while his health is getting into better shape.
I will say, going into that, because the man that inducted him deserves what would have been the Warrior Award if they didn't can it this year. Yeah. For all the work that he has done to help get guys back into not just, ring shape, but like to help guys through things like addiction and injury and just overall bettering their lives. He's in the Hall of Fame as a competitor again.
It would have made sense for the Warrior Award.
For Warrior Award, Mr. Diamond Dallas Page.
Yes.
Because between Lex, Scott before he passed, Jake the Snake Roberts, that man has helped through a plethora of people.
Yes.
Overcome so much.
Yeah.
He is truly a man amongst men. A hidden gem of a person. WWE, bring back that Warrior Award.
I'm surprised
for next
they
year.
It this year, and then they brought in a match.
You can induct matches now.
Yeah. Do either of you remember what the match was that they inducted?
Stone Cold versus Brett, WrestleMania 13. CM Punk is the one that inducts that.
Okay, well,
with special guest referee Ken Shamrock.
I didn't have that covered on our stuff
That's
because I don't understand why we're inducting matches into the Hall of Fame.
I mean, moments I can see, but at the same... I mean, you've talked about, they really should do... But to can the Warrior Award...
And add in this instead?
The Warrior Award made sense.
Yes.
I enjoyed that award. It really...
They also didn't have a celebrity this year.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
No. There's still one celebrity that needs to go in that they haven't done yet.
Oh.
Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, in my head, she was already there. I guess as a fan watching and, realize, going through and watching the history that is, it's just, engraved in our fandom brains, it's already a thing.
Yeah, she's not it.
But, so unofficially she is.
So, speaking of unofficially, but now officially, this next inductee you actually thought was in for a while, Michelle McCool. Until we realized she actually wasn't.
I stated that she did deservedly earn herself a spot with her work during an era that she had.
Yeah.
But I will...
So, I didn't know this. I don't know if either of you knew this. But actually, after working as a middle school teacher, she would become part of the 2004 Diva Search. She ultimately ended up losing to Christy Hemme, which... Yeah, we all know.
We see how well that career panned out.
WWE did sign her to a 3-year deal where she was seen in their developmental aspect for a bit, but didn't get much traction due to health reasons. Even when she did come up on the main roster, dealing with her first real feud, she was taken out yet again with health issues. It wasn't until about July of 2008 where, after winning the Golden Dreams match, she would go on to face Natalya July 20th to become the inaugural Divas champion. She is the first woman to ever hold the Divas title and the Women's title. And that, rounds her out as a 4-time Women's champion, 2 times with the Divas and 2 times with the Women's. Also noted her group of Lay Cool, where I saw the end of them when they had split the Divas title down the middle. So
I remember when that started. Mm-hmm.
I believe it started with the Women's Championship. Am I correct with them?
Started with the Women's Championship, and they were formed actually as a direct response to something that was happening on TNA at that point in time called The Beautiful People.
Oh, okay.
That was WWE's answer to Angelina Love and Velvet Sky.
I figured as much because a former ex of mine had brought that up when, I had been introduced into wrestling. They had talked about how this was that answer. And then, if I'm correct, Michelle was also the one that helped kind of just solidify the Divas Championship. And when losing it, and it was essentially on Michelle, it was Layla that defended it and ended up losing it for them.
I remember that
because it was a fatal 4-way match.
I will say during that era, there wasn't a lot.
No.
of women that got their respect. I'm glad to see that she is, Michelle being one of them. I'm glad she's getting it now. I'm a little
sad it's taking this
the
long.
time where there wasn't a lot of credible women's champions.
Yes.
Again, Michelle McCool being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, that title did eventually become a hot potato. You had, and this is no disrespect to them.
Are we Are we talking the women's or the divas?
I'm talking divas right now.
You can't necessarily 100% say that the divas was a hot potato title. If you look at the reigns, there is no single reign that they had aside from Jillian. That was less than a month, like the women's tag titles. It was actually shown as, if you can do this, you can hang here. And then when the women's title was around,
again,
it was
in terms of just
there.
credibility, though, for that title, there wasn't a lot of notable women to hold it.
Plus, there wasn't a lot of representation or TV time for them to sit there and establish feuds or anything else like that to go on.
Like, Michelle was one of the few. Natalia, Mickey, Beth.
We're missing a name.
Malia.
I was not thinking that one, but yes.
AJ.
Maurice, before you two give that face, Maurice, aside from AJ Lee, because I am not counting Nikki Bella's reign. That was due to so much. Not getting into that. I'll go on a pyro rant if I have to talk about Nikki Bella's title reign of 301 days.
Okay, but it was memorable, it was credible, it was notable.
It was not credible. Any time she defended the championship, it was with somebody at her side, mainly her sister.
But that's what a heel does.
Yes, but again...
It was memorable, it was notable, it was a credible world champion.
Anywho, going back to AJ Lee, who you had mentioned, 295 days. Who was the one to hold the longest reigning championship before her? Was Maurice, 224 days. At the time, and this is stated in the show Total Divas, Miz talks about it. This was at a time where women were thrown out into the ring for a 5-minute match, and that's the only storyline they had. And Maurice did a damn good job at defending the title and holding it for that long, and making it something.
Fair enough.
So our last inductee does go to Desario, or inductees, I should say.
Yes, inductees, and when you're talking about super heavyweights, you're thinking back in the early 90s, you got to come up with one tag team, and that would be the Natural Disasters. Mm-hmm. You have Earthquake, you have Typhoon. Typhoon, before becoming part of the Natural Disasters, he was a good guy by the name of...
Tugboat!
He was Hulk Hogan's not-so-little buddy.
One night little bottle!
That's why he said not so little.
I know.
But yeah, so Earthquake had been established as a pretty good heel up until that point as well. He started off feuding with the Ultimate Warrior, had a memorable one with Hulk Hogan. Also became known for killing Jake Snake Damien and making snake burgers out of him. I say this while wearing my Jake Snake shirt. Poor thing. Anyways, Jimmy Hart was his manager. Jimmy Hart had some beef with the Bushwhackers. Jimmy's like, you know what? I've been embarrassed by you guys too much. I've got somebody that's going to team up with Earthquake. Everybody thought, yay, it's going to be Andre. Well, Andre's knees were so bad at that point, really wasn't going to work, but it was a good tease. But out comes Tugboat. And he turns and becomes Typhoon, and they become the Natural Disasters. Run roughshod over the good guys. Get a couple of shots at gold against Legion of Doom. Doesn't really quite work out. So, Money Inc. takes out Legion of Doom. Jimmy Hart's their manager, and now the Natural Disasters are like, well, wait, that's supposed to be us. And Jimmy Hart's like, F you. And they're like, F you. And so there was a little feud between Money Inc. and the Natural Disasters. Disasters didn't really win the titles too much until it came to a house show in July where finally they won gold. Held the titles for a little bit before dropping them back to Money Inc. And then they teased a little bit of a feud, but nothing too much happened to it because Earthquake left the company shortly thereafter. Both guys ended up doing some stuff in WCW. Tugboat, or Typhoon in particular, became infamous as the Shock Master.
Where he tripped over
a 2x4 into a drywall and landed headfirst while wearing a Stormtrooper helmet that was spray painted with glitter.
And he lost. I want to point out he lost the helmet when he fell.
Exactly. And also in that promo, give Sid Vicious all the credit in the world. He still tried to make it work.
He did.
He tried to make it work.
No, oh my.
But anyways,
Twisted. Let me later.
she knows.
I've
She
seen
knows.
it. I've seen it.
She knows.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Oh
And
my-
all while Davey Boy Smith in the background is going, he fell on his arse.
Dude, Davey was definitely the reason I thought everybody was gonna break as soon as
Yep.
it started with the
So-
left side
so-
commentary.
That unfortunately almost ended Typhoon's WCW career. Tenta, Earthquake, went through many gimmick changes through WCW before finding his way back to WWE as Golga, part of the Oddities. And unfortunately passed away a few years ago. But it is finally time to give the Natural Disasters their, just desserts, their testaments to their work.
The fact that his kid became a pro wrestler,
Yep.
because I don't know if you remember them. I know you remember them. What was Luke Gallows' first WWE gimmick?
Biscuits and gravy. Yeah.
Jesse, from Jesse and Festus, is Earthquake's son.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I did not personally know that, but I knew the group.
I didn't know that till I started watching that episode of Dark Side of the Ring.
So that's what we got for the Natural Disasters, and now we are.
Too bad he's never seen the same success his father did.
No. We'll move into night 2 of WrestleMania.
Yes. Kicking off Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley triple threat match.
Ooh.
I can't say much about this match personally that would be great, considering you have two people fighting over a championship and your champion looks like absolute garbage in this. And Brother Pyro has brought this up numerous times.
She's an afterthought and she's the champion.
Exactly. So I'm just going to go straight into predictions personally, and then we can just jump into the next one if that's okay with y'all.
I'm fine with that.
All right. So going into predictions, we have Hex as the only one to choose Io coming out of this, whereas you two are going Bianca, the rest of us choosing Rhea. One of you for your reasonings on Bianca.
She's, outside of Rhea, she's the only credible person here. She is the only one that actually deserves to be in this match after earning that spot at Chamber. No disrespect to Io. Io shouldn't even be here.
Actually, no. Io should be there. She beat Rhea fair and square. Rhea just cried her way back into the match.
My point is, my thing is this. Because yes, Rhea took her eyes off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be really honest with ourselves. It should be Rhea Bianca. It never should have been. I love Io. This is no disrespect to her.
Mm-hmm.
You know the love I have for that woman on so many levels. If only we could get her a mouthpiece.
She had a mouthpiece. That mouthpiece keeps getting injured.
Anyway, because her in-ring talent is damn near unmatched, in my opinion. Rhea shouldn't have dropped that title going into Mania, especially if the whole plan was to put her back in the match anyway. What the hell was the point?
Well, originally...
Io's title reign is the definition of this just doesn't make sense right now.
Originally, Rhea was actually supposed to be out rehabbing a small injury during the Mania season, so that's why they had the drop. And again, that was the initial plan, but...
Here's what you could have done with that, though. Because Rhea, being who she is, wasn't going to sit on the sideline and miss Mania anyway.
No.
Drop the title at Mania. She suffered an injury during the match.
Mm-hmm.
Notice the air quotes.
Yes.
She rehabs it post-Mania.
Yeah.
There was no need to involve Io in the show that this is, because that's not fair to her.
No.
Wouldn't it be awesome if before the match, Rhea gets taken out because of her injury and we just get Io versus Bianca instead?
I would kill for that match, and then at that point my prediction would change.
All right, then. Our next match does go to Desario here.
All right. In a match that could very sneakily steal the show just because of the athleticism and the movesets from both guys, we have the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, versus the Maverick, Logan Paul, which, love him or hate him, guy's pretty damn good in the ring.
I hate how quickly he took to the business.
I want to get rid of him.
Not without probable cause.
It is because I hate him.
But you respect how well he does in the ring, and you have openly admitted that. I don't know how many times, on this podcast.
I was tired.
Anyways,
you've admitted it while being wide awake.
This match, like I said, very sneakily could steal the show. The storyline building up to it, it really didn't need one. I mean, it's just the whole old guard, new guard type thing. So something that's been.
And even then, they still done a really good job of building this story.
They have. And also shout out to Karrion Kross for adding a lot of layers to the story over the last couple of weeks with this AJ Logan Paul feud. His work has been great, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with him next. But
it's funny because you're talking Karrion Kross, and for a while you're like, I don't get it, I don't understand this character, but everything he has predicted or stated or since his return has come to fruition. The hourglass in front of Roman, letting him know his time up as champion was coming. Mm-hmm. What happened the following Mania?
He lost it.
That wasn't the following Mania.
The Mania app. What happened not far after?
He lost it.
He predicted the demise or the crumble of
New Day.
His empire. Of Roman's empire. That was the bloodline. What happened?
Yep.
Predicted the downfall of, or the heel turn of
New Day.
What happened? Told Shinsuke he was going to lose his honor. What happened?
Yep.
Informed Ray and predicted Ray was finally going to lose his patience. What happened? He lost his patience and finally put his hand on his damn kid. Everything he has stated has come to fruition.
I know, man.
I hate that he has to take L after L in the ring. But the fact that they have used him to progress so many other stories
has been amazing, though.
Has been absolute great work.
Yeah.
Start putting this man on the winning track. He is a phenomenal talent that needs to be recognized just a little more than he is.
So anyways, moving along onto this whole thing, because honestly there's not too much to really talk about with this match. Although the only other thing I will say I'm disappointed from WrestleMania season leading into this, you had that moment with Braun Breaker and AJ Styles and you did nothing to follow up.
You teased the hell out of us.
Especially AJ just looking badass grabbing the shirt in midair.
Dude, I wanted that match for Mania so bad.
So, well, hopefully we get it after Mania. But going into predictions, it looks like we have two people that are on the Mav train. They are part of the impulsive crew, as I would like to call them. And that would be Hex and Pyro.
This was against my will.
It is against his will. I will state that because when we were going over predictions earlier, he couldn't even get the words Logan Paul out of his mouth. I had to say it. So I understand he didn't want to go that route. The rest of us, we're based in reality with the best wrestler around, and that goes with AJ Styles.
As much as I would love for it to be Styles, because we know the love I have for that man, I still remember TNA AJ, by the way. Can we make that happen? While this partnership is still going, can we please get AJ in a TNA ring one more time? Just once. I don't care who it is. Just once. Actually, yes, I do care who it is. I want it to be Frankie Kazarian.
Okay. Anywho.
Anyways.
Rolling us back to WWE.
Sorry.
At the moment.
But at the same time, with all due respect, or with all due just, you haven't seen Logan since Rumble.
Chamber.
He was in the chamber.
He was. Still, okay. If you're gonna... You build him to be this big profile guy.
He brings in the casual fan, you said it.
He brings in the casual fan. He brings eyes to the product. He puts money in your pockets. Justifiably so, with how quickly he has taken to this business. With how good he actually is.
Okay, let's cut you there.
Logan Paul definitely needs to
Cut you
take
there
away.
before we start puking all over the bed.
Logan Paul needs this win, especially because Styles is at a point in his career where the loss isn't really gonna hurt him. He's already he's already so established. He spans a Hall of Fame worthy career. Right here.
Okay. Next match, which we have talked about, could do without on the Mania card. But seeing as one is a champion and one is a former big champion, Women's Tag Team Championship, Liv Morgan and Raquel defend against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. This came because of a gauntlet match, I believe it was.
Gauntlet match on SmackDown.
A gauntlet match on
Like
SmackDown.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Not much to say about this. Cauldron, being the odd man out, chose Bayley and Lyra. Everyone else goes Liv and Raquel. I don't even need...
I'm not even going to bother explaining. Let's move on to the next one.
All right. Next one, take us in.
So the next one we got coming up is going to be the Sin City Street Fight between two big old hosses. You got Drew McIntyre on one side, you got Damian Priest on the other. Both men coming out of last WrestleMania season, at the very least for even maybe 12 minutes or 12 seconds or 2 minutes. Heavyweight champion at one point in time over the course of last year.
Both men coming out of last year's Mania on a strong high.
Absolutely. Drew has reestablished himself as, a big heel character. Priest, after a rocky start as champion, really gained his footing towards the tail end and is now really starting to step up and be that true, El Campeon, as we all kind of thought and wanted him to be during his run.
And you know what? Again, no disrespect to Gunther.
Yeah.
That was your last meaningful reign with that world title.
Yeah.
Granted, there has only been 3 champions since it's come back. 4
Four.